What up, y'all? I'm the MCMNG.
And I'm Master Shinlo.
And together we are
Deep Sector. Yeah, back once again with another Tale from the Deep on the lake at Sloan's, everybody. Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome.
Sloan's Lake.
Yeah, this is a little walking adventure on top of a movie review we just did. Looks like we cannot go that way.
Yes.
No wonder why there's nobody here. You trying to say we can't walk on a fucking sidewalk?
Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out. We're gonna walk.
We'll adventure.
But yes, yesterday we had seen Nope by Jordan Peele. Yeah, it was quite an interesting film.
Yeah, so anybody that has not seen the movie Nope, these are spoilers, so do not watch this episode unless you want to have your movie spoiled ahead of time, or if you've seen it, then come join us in the conversation.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, I mean, I started off, I mean, it's an alien movie.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure the preview showed that part in particular.
Yeah, definitely.
They're showing some type of spacecraft. You just think of some spacecraft, you know?
Yeah,
So.
it's interesting too. Yeah, I mean, I like how, like, in the trailer, it's a bunch of different shots that, like, if you don't know the movie, which you don't, it's interesting because, like, like, I mean, it shows the shot of spoiler, his co-star who's got beat up by the monkey and stuff. Like in the trailer, you just see that and you're like, huh, what is that? Like, it kind of doesn't.
I know.
You're wondering, and so, like, in the movie it makes sense, but, like, it's cool, because it's all part of the movie, but it's like, in the trailer it's kind of like.
Yeah, and he's all like, there's one part in the trailer they're like, oh, they're just waiting to stick metal probes up our ass. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't as funny as on the trailer, but when you actually watch the whole part on the movie, what he said before, I forget exactly all the words. There's a lot for him to say, a lot to remember, but it was funny as fuck, because they had that whole build up, and then you hit with that like punchline at the end, and it was just like, oh wow, that's how it hit. I was like, I see. They shouldn't have put that in the trailer, but yeah, I see that. That was actually funnier than I thought.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting, like, the difference too. Like, yeah, because I mean, it's obviously a different, like, if it's set up differently, yeah, because if it just jumps from a different scene to, that one.
Yeah, and it was just him talking about metal probes up the ass from the aliens, and I was like, oh, that's not that funny, bro. I've heard that like 50,000 times.
Right.
It's so unoriginal. Like there's a whole bunch of construction over here or something.
So yeah, I mean, it probably is closed. It's looking like.
This is very disappointing.
Well, I mean, we'll walk up to there and we'll flip around.
We could do some laps like that.
Yeah, we'll do some laps. No, but I mean, I think a lot of people are walking on, like, the main street road, so maybe we'll just walk around to, like, where the path picks back up.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Or, we'll see how time's looking. But I mean, overall though, I really like the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie was great.
Like we're talking about, I like the whole idea that it changes the kind of what you expect of, a UFO.
Yeah.
You have ideas and concepts, but yeah, so essentially, spoilers and everything, be aware, but
yes,
it's, it appears to be a UFO, but instead, it's a creature, it's an animal, which is pretty wild, to think that it, the UFO could be a sentient creature, or, an animal that's, cosmic, or, from space.
And it looks like a fucking, like a device, or like a metal object to craft, you know what I'm saying? Like the type of form it could take. Who knows if it could take another form, you know what I'm saying? Like, or is that the only form it could take?
I mean, it did, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it did that, like, form when it unfolded.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it always has to go back to, like, that craft, looking form, or if it could shapeshift into something else. Because it makes itself kind of like a cloud, but it doesn't move with the clouds.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder, like, in that, I wonder if it's able to create its own, like, weather system or something. Because I know obviously you can create, a funnel. But yeah, it's interesting. Because it's able to keep the cloud there around it. Maybe it's part of the, like, funnel thing,
Yeah, or like it manipulates the particles around it or something, and creates like, maybe it freaking is able to extract a cloud from within the clouds for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, so essentially, right? So clouds are just, condensation of evaporated water. So I mean, who's to say it can't, do that naturally or something?
Yeah, and gather water around it and make itself its own. It look like a cloud or some shit.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked, man. I
Yeah.
really liked it because
Yeah.
it's a creature and it's a beast, and it swoops in and sucks you up and eats you.
Yeah, bro, that shit blew my mind. Like at first you would think that it was like some type of tractor beam thing, and that's all it was doing. It was coming and picking up animals. I didn't know it was eating things like that.
Right.
And then they were all talking about like it's like a hunter, and it's like it's trying to feed, and it has like a certain type of pattern that they learn to follow.
Like any animal, right?
Yeah,
Like it says it,
exactly.
point out. This is what
And they were able to freaking conquer him in the end, which was insane.
Yeah, and I mean, I had told you I have some sort of reservations about how they beat him. I mean, it makes sense because, like, I mean, we were talking about it. So, like, it appears that the way it, I guess, digests or eats people is, it crushes them. At least that's what I can kind of discern from the way it seems. Because in the end, right, he inhales or tries to eat that big old inflatable, and it pops. So I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, is that it was pushing in on it, or
Yeah, he has like some type of vacuum stomach or something. Yeah, things get sucked into and it just crushes as soon as it gets there, depending on because like how you were saying, he was like shitting metal or something like that. Like
he
stuff
couldn't
that he
digest
couldn't
the metals.
Yeah, so the stuff that he couldn't digest or he couldn't crush to a fucking pulp, he just excreted. He's like, fuck all that shit.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, because he couldn't, crush that other horse or the signs or the wheelchair, which are like metals and stuff.
Yeah, they were pissing that thing off, and that's why he got all big. He's like, all right, mess with me now, motherfuckers. She still did. She was ready. She's like, yeah, yeah, fucking yelling at the end, all cheering, tripping.
And like I was telling you, though, I think my issue is, though, is like, this creature had never seen a inflatable before, or like it's never attacked an inflatable before and had that experience. Or I mean, I get it's an animal or beast or whatever, what have you, but like, yeah,
I'm sure it's been around for a long time. It was around for at least as long as their dad died, and before that.
Yeah.
Because they were having a lot of interaction and stuff throughout their farm experience.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's always those places out in the middle of fucking nowhere. You get the freaking alien contact.
Yeah, that'd be wild, man.
It makes you wonder, man. I'm like, man, because I've heard a lot of theories about aliens. I've read a lot about aliens, all these different types of aliens, beings, and I've heard this, that, and the other, but I've never heard nothing like this. So like whenever I've seen this, it just warped my whole reality. I was like, damn, when you think you know it all, right, you don't know shit. It's when you realize it.
I agree, man. I really loved it. Just the different approach, right?
Yeah,
different from what you'd expect, subverting the norm.
And he had a lot of like breadcrumbs he left in there, so I wonder if that's a lot of the influence. He was definitely sharing a lot of like certain history. You could tell, Jordan Peele. It was tight. But yeah, I was wondering, because I was like, I want to make sure I watch that Ancient Aliens. I wonder if they have something like that on there. I've never heard this anywhere, bro. I've watched alien stories, bro. I've watched fucking like countless YouTube videos. Okay, I've read fucking so many fucking books, people channeling aliens and like beings from other worlds and this, that, and the other. And I've had so many different perspectives on it. So I'm like, this was fucking like, where did this come from? That's whole nother universe. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
This thing is something else. Like, what kind of alien would that be? What would you even consider that thing? Is it like I was saying, like, would it be reptilian or?
No, I think it's beyond our understanding.
Yeah, you were saying like gaseous or something like that.
Yeah, you know, because I mean, in the inside, it's just stuff with like tubes and stuff, right? I mean, like, it would have to be something that could, maybe it's from like an ice planet or something, you know, like something that could, I don't know, who knows where it could be from, but you know, like it's just interesting because like, essentially, like, yeah, it's like a amorphous creature that can, you know, fold and unfold, you know, but also create, you know, suction and move about, you know, just like we can, but through space. Like it's wild, you know.
Yeah, because it's like a blimp in a way, but more like a fucking a plane. You know, like a super advanced plane. That's kind of like a blimp. At the same time, it could like shape shift between the two.
It's like a a transformer is a, you know, organic in the, you know, in the story.
Yeah, it
but
is.
I mean, you
because
know,
their planet's made of fucking
Cybertron.
Yeah,
it's wild. But I mean,
maybe it's something like that. It's
could be. Yeah,
like a transformer.
Maybe it's a techno organic creature.
That would make a lot of sense. That's interesting. Like a transformer. Wow.
Yeah, like a transformer.
maybe there is been, you know, some type of breadcrumbs, you know, saying that there's aliens like this out there.
Well, see, it's wild because, like, you know, in real life, Bob Lazar, right? He talks about how, like, you know, they had essentially like some sort of core that, you know, that essentially was the propulsion device for the, you know, crafts that they had found, and like. Yeah, you know, essentially it was able to be gravity, to create gravity and, you know, move itself throughout space however it wanted. And like, you know, it is kind of cool that, you know, to think that maybe that is something that you know, a creature or a techno-organic something could have, you know, on their insides. And, you know, maybe that's, I mean, obviously he talks about little men and stuff, but, you know, it's like, it's interesting to think about it that way, that, you know, maybe like if it was a living creature, you know, it's just moving through space as we would, you know, and that could just be its heart, you know, but it's a different kind of, you know, it's techno-organic. It's a different understanding of what we understand as living.
It operates on a whole different level of existence.
Yeah.
So maybe like you see how we're in the world, you know, and the world's so giant to us. Maybe that's how the universe is to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a world to it.
Right.
You know, and it's because it's so giant. So it's just like, traveling the world, and then he visits all these different spaces. There's all these different places. He's like, oh, I like the food in this place right here. Let me get these cows, these horses. You know, so,
and he's a predator, you know. So,
exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
It's doing what it does. He needs to eat.
Yeah, he's definitely apex predator.
Yeah, apex.
The apex, bro. Fucking, who out here gonna be taking out some shape-shifted fucking spacecraft alien? I don't think any of us right now, okay? Yeah. I was telling you, I was like, I don't think we're ready for nothing like that.
It's like a stealth, you know, like a hunter, like a stealth hunter predator, you know, like a jaguar.
That thing,
tiger.
It's like an airplane times 10. You know what I'm saying?
Like a tiger drone.
For real, bro. This shit is crazy.
Lion drone.
Fucking comes and shakes the whole earth underneath it. Like, boom. Blows away houses and shit. You're like, fuck, bro. You're barely holding on to the tree branch.
Oh, yeah.
I think probably a tree might be able to hold up against it.
I can see that, yeah. Roots run deep.
I wonder if it'll eat a tree, or if it's only like carnivorous.
I wonder. Well, cause I mean, yeah, you know, like obviously it dropped all that blood, so it couldn't, you know, maybe it didn't digest that yet, or maybe, you know, like I said, you know, just couldn't digest that, like the metals and stuff, you know. But
maybe the metals are cutting him.
Well, see, you got the cloth and stuff, right? Because I didn't see any like shirt fabric or anything. I don't think it's mainly like metals and, you know, like signs and shit.
Yeah, but what do you think it's made out of? Like, do you think it's made out of metal, or do you think it has flesh?
Well, see, I think if we're looking at like a techno-organic, I think it would be more of like a, like a synthetic skin, like a rubbery. Because I mean, if you looked at like how like they were in the tubes and stuff, it looked like it was kind of like, a mesh rubbery kind of thing, like almost like a glove, a latex glove maybe,
I see what you're saying, yeah.
And like, I mean, it's outer skin. Like like when I was looking at like the bottom of it when it was like sucking people up, it looked like it was rippling, kind of like a stingray,
Oh yeah.
And like it's interesting, So I mean, it could be both, On the outside it could be softer, and the inside it could be tubes and shit.
Or maybe it hides itself in that form because it helps protect its like flesh.
It's like soft eyeball or whatever.
It's soft, yeah, softness. Because it seems like when it was unfolded, that's when it was soft. You could see, like, are you seeing the fabric and stuff? Like that's when it showed its softness. But when it was like inside the craft form, it was solid.
It's like a shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
So maybe it was a way. It's like a sign of defense or something like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
For survival of its own. Who knows what else is out there?
Right.
Things that hunt it.
It's predators.
Like, dang, imagine that. Like, damn, there's something that hunts that thing.
Right. Yeah, it's wicked, man. Yeah. I mean, it is interesting because it folds up like that, and I think like yeah, you're probably right. It probably is like an armor, like defensive technique, because like I'm pretty sure like whatever that thing is, I'm pretty sure that's the eyeball. Like at the end, when it was like and like folding and shit, I think that's like the eye, because like in the beginning it shows that, and like as the people are getting sucked into it, shows like that in the background. It's like watching them go up, and I think it's just like it kind of like folds in on itself, with its head in the middle, safe and secure. Just sucking shit into its stomach while it's just watching it all go in, and watching people through like its little hole.
That actually, yeah, right. That like black hole thing that it sucked people through. Like, yes, you're mine.
Just watching, waiting for you to look back. See, that's the wild thing. I like that too. Because I mean, it's a spectacle, right? Like you see this thing in the sky, you want to look at it. Like, what the hell is that? You're not gonna like look away. It's like, oh.
And it really notices you noticing it.
Yeah, that's the point. And it wants to eat you now because you're like, oh, you see me? Like, oh, okay, you're lunch. Like,
damn, bro, it makes you think. If there's something like that in this fucking world, because I've heard about the cloud thing. How the aliens hide in clouds and shit. So I always would look to the clouds before this movie. Like I've been looking to the clouds for about 6-7 years, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like
watching the skies.
Yeah, exactly. But seeing that, I'm like, oh man, I don't know about looking to the clouds anymore. I see one of these creatures or something, that motherfucker like eat me. Oh, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to mess with you, bro. I was just curious. That's what they say. Curiosity killed the cat, man.
Yeah, that's true. No, it is funny though, because afterwards it is like that. Like after you see the movie, you're kind of like, just looking at the
Bro, I was
skies.
tripping after the movie. I felt different. Did you feel different after you seen it?
A little bit. It's because it's different. It's a different concept. It makes you think differently. It makes you imagine things differently. It's like, huh. Like what have we been looking at it wrong?
Yeah, like, anything that can make me do that, bro, it changes my life for a long, like really, like it really, like it was real impactful. I could feel it. I was like, wow. It was like just any about or like just about any of these books that I freaking read that have come into my life, or like certain people, said certain things and changed my life in a certain type of way. That was like how this movie kind of impacted me. I was like, wow, I really did not think of it like that. And then I was like, I was driving, just felt like I was in a whole nother world, bro. I was like, man, this life's a trip, bro. I felt like I was tripping. I really did. I really did. I was like, man, after seeing that movie, I'm a totally different person. I'm all looking at the sky.
Catch a glimpse.
There's something out there. Like that one right there in the cloud. You see that? That shit look like a ship. Look.
Like it ain't moving.
It ain't. It ain't. It looks dark in the middle. That's exactly how it was in the movie. Right here. Right there, y'all. You see my finger? Yeah, right there. It's right there. I swear it looks like some type of craft or something.
Yeah, man, it's a lit one. I
I
like it.
swear, bro. I'm not playing with you right now. Does it look like it's moving? I don't think so.
Who am I to judge?
Like, yeah, you probably don't want to look anyway. Just swallow us up.
But I mean, that'd be wild, man. I mean, if it were like that, you know, just sentient or
We're not getting
animalistic
probed.
creatures.
We're not getting probed up the ass. We're just getting eaten whole.
Yeah, eaten whole.
Swallowed and just inhaled entirely. Never coming back. You just pretty much went into the void of its belly. Yeah.
Just chew you up.
Who knows where your remains are left? You're no longer a part of this planet. Nobody will ever know what happens to you. Damn. How are you supposed to like dissect a creature like that?
I wonder what they did with it, you know, because I mean, yeah, you saw like after it blew up, it was just like shreds of like fabric, you know.
Yeah. So I wonder if anybody was able to pick up any of that and be like, let's observe this experiment. What is this?
Like some T-shirts.
How does this respond to this? You're like, is this some type of? It's like a skin almost. Because look, you cut it, it heals itself.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder because I don't think nobody shot at it, so I wonder like how that is like
Yeah.
how the outer shell is, because nobody like threw anything at it, really attacked it, so
They're all just scared of you. They're too scared to think of
yeah,
that.
two in all. I mean, shit.
I mean, I get it, but like,
I mean, yeah, I definitely would.
if it's trying to kill you, what are you like? Come on now.
I think that sucks is like that the scene with like the whole 40 people. It's like shit, man, that'd be fucking wild.
Oh yeah, he just fucking like took them all.
I think thinking about it, I think it was pissed, right? Because it didn't eat anything the previous day, and it ate that plastic ass horse, and that horse wasn't coming out. So it's like I'm hungry now, It's
They all came early. They all like had a set time and shit. They were all fucking like, all right, y'all, we have some games. Some about our performers or some shit. They were talking about bringing out for their people. They're like, watch them, and then the fucking thing comes early. He's like, hold on. We don't know what's going on right now. He's never done this before. It comes down and just eats them all.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's an interesting thing too, like the whole concept of like, taming the wild, or like they talked about like forming relationships with predators or whatever. Because like it's interesting too, his relationship like with Gordy and stuff, and that incident, and then he wants to go and like, he thinks he's befriended this, or what do you call them? Was it the Watchers? The something.
I forget.
He called them something, but like he thought he formed a relationship with these people, but it turns out it's just a predator that's trying to eat, and so it's wild, because it's like the same thing with like kind of highlighted with Gordy, right? That they can have these relationship stuff with him, but it's still an animal at the end of the day, and it's prone to be animalistic.
It's true, like that's why they say not to own lions and tigers and shit. Because I think it could probably kill you one day.
Yeah, I mean, you can nurture and treat and stuff, but it's an animal. Like, and one little swipe from a 300, 400, 500 pound tiger, with claws that are razor sharp. That's
Face is gone.
yeah, dude. It's not gonna,
It's not like a cat, bro. You just a little scrape or something. It cuts through your skin. You might bleed a little bit with a cat, but
Yeah.
tiger's gonna rip your fucking arm off, bro, with his fucking claws.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, like
It's not the same, It's not a dog.
Them creatures are fucking they're super strong.
Yeah,
The wild animals and shit.
yeah,
Animals, I think, are supposed to be wild, but
yeah, definitely. It's crazy though. Like there's a meme. It's like a picture of a dog. It's like, oh, I'll go over there and get this, it's the picture of a wolf, and he's like, oh, if I go to that campfire, I can get some free food. It's like, oh, what's the worst that could happen? And then there's like a picture below of like dogs and like clothing and stuff, and it's like, it's wild that essentially few dogs decided to trade in their freedom, you know, for a meal, and you know, offered protection to these, you know, nomads and people. And then, you know, now it's, you know, we've completely subjugated dogs. You know, we own them.
Yeah, like for real.
It's wild.
The only type of dogs that have any type of themselves that's free from us is wolves.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, you know, those are, you know, limited.
Yeah. There's not very many wolves anymore.
Yeah. Huh.
That shit's crazy.
It is.
Life's a trip, bro. You just things are coming and going. You just never know. You just never know what it is.
Yeah. Keep you on your toes.
Yup, man, for real. Got this alien shit. We got wolves missing. Man.
Overall, though, I would say definitely check out Nope. You know, really good movie.
It's a great movie.
Interesting concepts. I like the dynamic between the, you know, the OJ and his sister. It's really fun. And yeah, they're interesting characters.
Yeah. Jordan Peele's a great writer, screenwriter for sure. I love how he puts together movies, and he's bringing that like modern flavor to it. So it helps, you know, to give our time right now something to like look back on and be like, that was a classic. You know, that's how I see some of his works now. You know, like he's making some really good iconic work. You know, so it's really really honorable, you know, to be a part of that era. You know, because our parents had their own movies, and you know what I'm saying. And we've had movies from our childhood, and then there was like that period where it was like there was movies, but there's not a lot of movies that are like gonna be like what we're talking about forever, you know. So I think he's starting to get a grasp on that, especially, and I'm looking forward to what else he got to, you know, to offer in the movie business.
No doubt. Yeah, I'd like to see what it does next. I wonder if like any of these movies will ever get like sequels or anything, or if they're all just one-offs. You know.
Yeah. Who knows? Like.
I mean, I haven't personally. I've never seen Us or Get Out yet.
You never seen Us or Get Out?
No, not yet. I mean, I've had the opportunity. I just never really committed to it, and I've had to check them out though.
Yeah, they're really good.
You know, I've definitely heard a lot of good things though. But I mean, you know, if if they're anything like this though, because I mean, essentially this pretty much wraps it, or in Nope. I feel it wraps it up pretty good. You know, beginning, middle, and end.
No, yeah, it was well put together for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not really sure where else they could go with it, because I mean, obviously the creature's dead now.
Yeah, unless they angered its species or something.
Oh, I know.
So then like a whole bunch of these creatures come.
That'd be wild though.
That shit would be wild, and we had to fight these creatures at war with these freaking shape-shifting beings.
Huh. Interesting. You know about like the War of the Worlds, like that story? Yeah, it's interesting.
Kind of like that. It's kind of like that. That's a similar concept actually.
War of the Worlds.
Because they weren't like controlled by anything. They were like their own, but they were just machines.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they're like aliens and machines now.
Did they have something that controlled them?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it too.
It's interesting though. You know, like all these different concepts of aliens and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, and now we're even thinking Transformers are aliens. Technically they are. They're definitely from another planet.
Yeah, they're not from here.
Yeah.
Not from around here.
What the fuck? They're from Ultron.
Oh, man.
Man, I gotta get my hands on that Allspark, bro.
Yeah, I need the Allspark.
Yeah, I need that shit, bro. So I can roll my weed on it.
Oh, yeah.
Electrified.
Give it a little power.
Yeah.
Just go start morphing, it just does itself.
That shit would be funny as fuck.
That would be tight. It's all rolled.
Yeah, that shit would be so dope. That shit would be dope.
Oh, man.
And then it gets you transcended high. Like on a whole nother level. You transform yourself. I'll transform from the inside out. One blunt at a time.
Shit.
Watch this.
Man, so how you doing, brother? How's the slack been?
I'm life has been living, so I'm living with it and keeping it going. I'm feeling pretty good. Been doing a lot of Tai Chi lately,
Nice.
so just keeping up with that. Spend a lot of time with the family, and yeah, just getting myself together more, so I could be better positioned moving forward in life. So it's been a journey. This past year has been like all over the place, but it's about to start clearing up. Did you hear something about some fucking type of stimulus or some shit?
Well, so I know that I think it's Tabor. They like overtaxed or some bullshit, and they're giving us back $750. It should be in the mail though, because they want it to be safe. Yeah, so it's gonna be a paper check for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, keep an eye out. They said they should start in August, and the last should go out on like the 30th. So
On August 30th?
yeah, the last one. So if you don't have it by
Dang,
September
so actually,
something.
I might have it then, because they said like if you already, the first ones that were getting it were the people that already did their taxes and stuff. And I was one of the first ones to get my stimulus the first time around. So I actually might have, I'm gonna have to check my mail.
No doubt.
Home.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, honestly. I'm kind of excited about that myself. I'm glad to get that and, do some stuff.
Oh yeah, bro, I'm about to use, that's just about to get me good, bro. Like, yeah, I need that money right now. Help me get ahead.
Yeah, never hurts. Yeah, man, that's been grinding. Just trying to, I'm trying to get ahead, man. I wanna start, putting some money aside so I can get a place.
Oh yeah.
I want to get a house,
I feel that.
So-
That's definitely more the move, bro, especially nowadays. So you can, if you're gonna spend $1,500 a month, might as well fucking spend it towards something you're gonna keep.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. So, that's kind of what I've been on, man. Just grinding, putting in a lot of overtime.
Yeah, I wish they'd
Fun.
give me fucking overtime. Fucking King Supers.
Yeah.
Fucking Kroger. You need to give your employees more overtime. Hope you hear this video.
Pinching.
Yeah, I swear, bro. They be skimping your overtime. They not even no minutes. They don't want you to
It's
have
like,
no
what time are you
minutes.
out of here? All right, make sure you clock out 2 minutes early.
Right?
Fuck, man.
Yeah, that's how they is. That's how they is, bro. They ain't trying to pay you no extra.
That's one thing that always blew my fucking mind. When I first learned that like, part of a manager's job is to keep man hours down. It's like, well, how the fuck are you trying to get all this shit done, man? If you're like, well, okay, so then you're not too worried about getting it done now. Like, I mean, yeah, I get like you're supposed to do it over your shift, but I mean, if it requires extra time and you're not allowing that, it's like, well, I mean, okay, not getting done.
Exactly. That's really it. Like,
Yeah.
it's some real shit, bro. Yeah, and the fact that you put it like that is interesting. To keep man hours down.
That's when I first heard it, because like when I worked at Yogaland, my homie Iban was our direct manager, and we hung out and shit, and he'd always tell me like, and that's one thing he explained, like part of his direct job was to keep the man hours down, so like if we were 5-10 minutes like or doing a whole shift, like they'd then just like send you home early or something, because to account for that, like those hours you already made. So it's like it's wild, I mean, it makes sense in a way. Yeah, it's part of expenses and stuff, but it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, I get it now, but it's, back then it kind of blew my mind.
You're like, what the fuck? Really? You're like, you fucking asshole. I mean, yeah, I get it too, but yeah. See, I like how you're saying you can't get half the shit done with some of the hours they be trying to give you. It's like they barely give you anything to work with.
Yeah.
The bare minimum, if that.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's, and then people call in, just you, it's like, you want me to stay to get this done? It's like, no, all right.
I mean, I guess I understand. It's like minimal work, maximum effort. So, like, if everyone's putting their all in, we shouldn't need as many people.
Shouldn't need overtime, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
In a perfect world.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. In a perfect world, that would be fucking ideal. But right now, the world is not perfect, and there's a lot of shit going on. Everybody's dealing with a lot of shit. And yeah, it's a whole mix, bro. You can't freaking just expect people to everyone to operate on the fucking same freaking, you know, or have the same type of abilities as the next person. You know, some people are like over 50, you know, and they work there, and then you got people that are in their 20s. You expect that 50-year-old to really work as fast as the 20-year-old? I don't doubt that he can.
Yeah, I've seen it, but
yeah,
yeah,
I'm telling you, do you really expect that? Especially if the dude, you know, he might have like arthritis, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So like, do you really expect that?
Yeah, man, it's interesting.
Exactly. So I think it's a process of learning still. We're still learning that part. We're learning each other.
No doubt.
So. Yeah, the shade is nice though, man. This is
nice
a good
and
spot.
breezy. It's not too bad out right now. Yeah, the shade's definitely.
What kind of
green.
tree is that over there? Is that a conifer?
Oh wait, the one next to that?
No, this one right
Yeah.
here.
I mean, it looks like a pine tree to me.
Is it a pine tree?
I think it's a pine tree. But I mean,
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
a pine tree.
I'm not a treeologist.
Me either.
I never went to school for treeology.
Me either. I was just asking. I was like, I don't know. I forget what
let's
trees are
approach
which.
and let's see what the people think. Do
Yeah, if y'all know what type of tree this is, let us know in the comments below.
you practice treeology on your free time?
Yes. And teach us as well. We can all learn together. Yeah, look at this tree.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pine.
I think it's just a pine tree. Yeah, you're right.
I think at Ballarat they would like. They would tell us like certain things like we could chew on and shit. I think like these were one of them. The pines.
No, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely don't just go start chewing on pines. Look it up.
Yeah,
Google that
right,
shit.
right, right. I was like, oh, you think this is one of them? You're just gonna pop one in your mouth or what? Yeah. Delicioso.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh man, it's interesting.
The smell though. Smell it through the camera, you guys. Smell it. Smell it.
I know you can.
Yeah, smell it. Smell it.
Smell-o-vision.
It almost smells like weed.
Yeah. Oh man.
This shit smells freaking amazing. I swear. Love that shit. Love that shit.
Yes.
But yeah. What movie adventure are we gonna take next, buddy?
Only time will tell. I mean, there's some good other ones out now. I really want to see that Barbarian. That looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that shit looked tight as fuck, bro.
Yeah, it was different, and especially it's made by like people who made Grudge and It and all the other ones. And yeah, it was a wild ass concept. Like, you know, this chick got booked or rented this house or whatever, and shows up, there's already somebody there, and
I know, and then
sketchy neighborhood, and so she stays there. It's like, don't even know the guy.
I know, why would she stay there? I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, like you have nobody else in this whole town, in this whole city, state.
Right? Like, what the heck? You don't think that's weird, lady?
Yeah, and yeah, I like the whole like how it started too. She's all laying there, and then her door opens, that she locked, and then stomping. And
I know. She's all says the dude's name or something. She's calling for him, and he's like calling from this fucking cellar in the basement.
I know, deep in the dungeons.
Yeah, and you just go into it, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But it's
So, I mean,
funny.
that might be the next one. You know, one of the next ones. Whenever
yeah.
that comes out, I think it's like October or
I
something.
think it did say October. Oh, and then that Halloween.
Yeah, we definitely gotta see the other ones. Have you seen any of the new Halloweens? Yeah, me neither. Yeah, we'll definitely check those out, and then yeah, definitely check that out as well.
Yeah, wait, I wonder if you know where they're streaming at or what.
I don't. I mean, I can imagine maybe Netflix or something, but yeah,
Probably
not specifically. If
maybe not
anyone knows,
Netflix.
let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You guys give us all the insight.
Oh shit, man. I think maybe we all just call it here.
Yeah, it's fucking burning.
Thank y'all for watching. Like, share,
Yeah.
subscribe. You know, we got more content coming soon. Trying out some new stuff. Episode 100 is coming up very soon, so
Yes, stay tuned.
yeah, stay tuned. Got some interesting stuff coming. Plotting, scheming. dreaming,
globe
teaming.
trotting, rhyme scheming.
all day, every day.
You globe trotting, rhyme scheming. Classic shit. Yeah, it's throwback.
If you know, you know.
Yep.
As always, y'all, peace and love. Until next time, stay up.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. Peace, y'all.